Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mojo for Industry Presents Digital Dialogue on Cobots in Manufacturing. How cobots are taking over the shop floor. I am Sujit Roy. I'll be your host for this session. I'm thrilled to see so many of you are here, and I look forward for an engaging discussion on the transformative role of collaborative robots, that is, cobots, in modern manufacturing. Technology partner for the session is Omron Automation, a global leader in the field of automation. Before we get started, let me introduce you with our experts panel. We are pleased to join by Ms. Alka Sachdeva, who is the Vice President of All India Council for Robotics and Automation, popularly known as AICRA. Welcome, Alka ji.
Thank you so much, sir.
Right. Then we're joined by Mr. Birupaksappa Hovale, who is the Regional Director for South Asia at Universal Robots. Welcome, Viruji.
Thank you. Good to see you.
And then we have Mr. Rahul Patel, who is the Product Marketing Manager for Robotics Business at Omron Automation India. Welcome, Rahulji.
Thank you so much.
Right. So today's discussion will cover a broad spectrum of topics, including key benefits of using cobots in manufacturing, applications of cobots, status of cobot adoption in India, challenges and solutions, and of course, the future of cobots in manufacturing. Delegates will have a Q&A session at the end of this panel discussion. So please feel free to submit your questions in the Q&A box in Zoom control panel at any point of time. This interactive session is scheduled to last about an hour. So please hold your breath. To start off, let's define what we mean by cobots. Cobots, or as I said, collaborative robots, are designed to work alongside humans in a shared workspace. Unlike traditional industrial robots, which are typically isolated from human workers for safety reasons, maybe, cobots are built with advanced sensors and safety features that allow them to operate in close proximity to humans. This collaborative nature opens up new possibilities for automation in various industries. So to kick off our discussion, let us understand why are cobots becoming so popular in manufacturing. Mr. Rahul, can you share your thoughts on this particular aspect?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sujit. So basically, cobots being a human collaborative robots, uh, these are helping customers or manufacturers for their challenges. Challenges such as the shop floor space is one of the challenge. Again, the safety aspect of it. So typically, collaborator robots are helping to manage for the productions. Now, demand from the market is coming, high mix, low volume kind of productions. So typically, cobots can get deployed in a very less time, and the skill sets of the users are not that much competitive or complex. So programming is very easy. So by that way, it is helping manufacturing industry to deploy the technology and easily scale down the production area in that aspects. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mr. Viru, what are the advantages of cobots over the traditional industrial robots? Though I touched upon that particular area, if you can touch particularly on the cost effectiveness and return on investment, all these aspects. Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Viru?
Yeah. Thank you. Right. Collaborative robots, as Rahul said, they work along with the human who are already there in the shop floor, right? They don't take away anything, the job which are already being done, but they augment some of the activities which you can avoid. Example, there are repetitive job, there are safety related aspect, there are some supply of the skilled labor, there is shortage, then definitely you get into the cobots. That is why they call collaborative robots. That is the big difference. There are no safety hazards per se, quote unquote, okay, compared to the robots, by virtue of the built-in functions available for the safety as well as the ease of deployment, and you can move it to any place, and you don't have to wait a new line to be adding collaborative robots to the manufacturing capabilities, right? You can add wherever it is, whenever it is, and you can redeploy, reprogram, use it, ease of use. As you said also during the introduction, the safety functions are built in. You don't have to create a big fence, the light curtain, and as if you are far away keeping, because they are meant to be working along with you. In fact, these collaborative robots also originated from the standard robots, but with a constraints removed. People say, no, unconstrain the constraints. So that is done with the collaborative robots.
Right. Rahulji, actually, considering the Indian market, we need to understand the cost effectiveness and return on investment. If you can talk about that.
If you see collaborative robot as a technology, typically, the in terms of deployment, as Viru also said on that side. So the utilization of cobots, you can change from location to location, or you can deploy as per deployment, because you can easily carry, unlike fixed robots. So the efficiency or effectiveness you can get for from the manufacturing plant, and the cost effectiveness types, actually we don't need a safety kind of a fencing or safety parameters. It's certified and works on some safety ISOs actually. So by that, typically, if we evaluate the ROI for the particular system, so definitely it is less as compared to that. And even maintenance, if you check for the maintenance aspects, so the traditional industrial robots needs a maintenance typically. So this is what actually is not needed in collaborative robots, because the design itself is very compact, and the technology introduction inside that, it's not having any kind of a gear mechanism or kind of belt driven mechanism. So it is not needing much maintenance also. So this is a benefits of deploying the collaborative robots.
Got your point. Mr. Rahul, can you just tilt the laptop screen towards you a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank
So can I now request, Alkaji, you represent, as I said in the introduction itself, All India Council for Robotics and Automation, that is AICRA. That's a global non-profit organization that is setting the standard for robotics and automation. So how do you see the benefits of cobots in the context of employee satisfaction and upskilling, and how cobots can boost performance of a manufacturer?
So, thank you so much for giving me opportunity to speak. Definitely, we look forward collaborative robots as you can say, uh, a tool which can actually increase our performance, like increase the accuracy of the tasks which are performed, so that the challenges what workforce is facing, those can be eliminated. Like we can ensure that the task which is done by a cobot is definitely avoid any kind of uh, it is more accurate, we can say. If I talk about enhancing productivity and efficiency by integrating it into the existing workflows and operating continuously without breaks, minimizing downtime, improving product quality, and with consistent precision, reducing human errors also. So definitely these are cost effective, as shared by my fellow colleagues also. So definitely, and workplace safety, and that also is a very important factor in this. Like it avoids injury risks or the tasks which are required to be handled very delicately. So cobots definitely are efficient enough to handle those kind of tasks. And further coming to the point that how it can enhance our workforce, it's a tool which can be taken to increase the productivity, and definitely by repetitive tasks can be done by the cobots, and which will again helping tool for the employees to focus on the tasks which are more relevant and more require more attention of their this thing attention by the workers, and the repetitive tasks can be taken care by the cobots. So this is it.
Right. So thank you so much, Alkaji, Mr. Viru, and Mr. Rahul for setting the tone of the session by explaining the key benefits of using cobots in manufacturing. So now get into the next topic.
Yeah, Rai, maybe I just want to add
Yeah,
the comments
yeah,
what
Mr. Bill. Yes,
Rahul said. Actually, he explained very well about
of
people
course.
talking about ROI, right?
Right.
ROI, it has two components. One is the financial component, other one is the non-financial component.
Got it.
Typically, any organization, right? Finance guy will look at, oh, okay, what is the ROI? 2 years, three
That's
years, 4 years? There is a finance parameter. Here we need to look beyond finance parameter. Example, you don't have a cobot, that skilled operator is not available today. What happens to your production? You have a skilled person available, but look at his cost keep increasing every year. That is second one. Third one, it is not only the cost, the annual other benefits, the social benefits, the security, the insurance, the health related topic, unplanned non-availability. You need to look at all other elements when you talk about the ROI. Plus, most important, the accuracy, the availability of the cobot to functional efficiently, even at doesn't matter whether it is working 24 by 7, right? Whereas human cannot do that. If you want to deploy cobot into a hazardous areas, what do I link? I cannot put a value for a human life into that, right? It is invaluable. So their whole ROI becomes from finance to many qualitative topic and non-financial topics. So I would urge the participants to look beyond financial returns, what all other aspects, the human, the safety, the health, hazardous environment, and the repetitiveness. I think these are all the factors to be considered, not just rupees and paisa or dollar and cent. Thank you.
Got your point. Thanks for adding that. That no, you need to think beyond the capex while you actually go for a cobot. Of course. So now let's take a look at how cobots are being used across different industries. So starting with Mr. Viru only, may I just ask you that what are the application areas you see today?
Okay. Example, cobots becoming part are the part of the integral part of the automation projects anywhere, right? Hardly they run on a standalone. You imagine, see, automation is always driven by the imagination. You can do anything. Okay. So same thing applies for a cobot. You can deploy anywhere, wherever you want, as long as you are clear about how these cobots work. Just to trigger some of the ideas, today in the manufacturing segment, they are used into machine tending operation, welding operation, riveting, gluing, screening, testing, material handling, where the hazardous area, vision testing equipment, quality and reliability. I think you name it, many areas these are deployed, and something more can be explored. Example, we may not be penetrating much into the pharmaceutical or the life science areas, right? It can be creating a vial, filling the medicines or the formulations. Again, I leave it to the, it is just limited by the creativity of the person into the automation area. But you can deploy. What you need is, you know, the technology of Cobot, where all you can deploy, that matters. So I shared some examples to you.
Right. So, Alkaji, would you like to share your thoughts?
Sure. So definitely, I totally agree with sir that the deployment can be anywhere across the industries. And to give you few examples, if I would like to quote is like if I say in manufacturing, in material handling, the cobots efficiently manage picking, placing, packaging, or palletizing tasks. Their advanced sensors can actually ensure delicate handling, how crucial the consumer goods pharmaceuticals industry is. So those kind of tasks can be easily handled by the cobots. Then coming to quality inspection or leveraging precision to detect defects and other standards to be met. So these kind of tasks can actually be programmed and definitely can be performed very efficiently by cobots. Coming to the next, like if I would like to quote in another example of assembly line automation. So definitely performing intricate tasks with precision and reducing defects. So these kind of few examples which can be taken forward, and definitely the usage or the applications can be across industries like electronics or automotive industries, highlighting their value in high accuracy environment, how these cobots can be very efficient and can perform the tasks which are actually monotonous, or you can say repetitive, as we have already mentioned earlier also. So these kind of tasks can easily be performed by cobots.
Right. I think mobile manufacturing also can be an area. Rahul, would you like to add some of the other industries where, apart from what Mr. Viru and Alkaji said, and also I'd like to understand from you that there are we always feel that versatility is a prime advantage of cobots. From that aspect, how versatile are your cobots? If you can just talk about that as well.
Yeah, surely. Thank you. Basically, what Viru and Alkaji said, that applications are there. Even more to that, basically, in industry, there are certain requirements because of, cobot being, less weight than the industrial robot. So there is a mobile manipulation solution which is getting into, requirement into the industries. The industries like digital industry, or, mobile manufacturing industry, or, automotive industry. So in that area, typically the movement of the material and picking and placing of the material and working alongside with the human, being a technology of a human collaborative nature. So that even as a overall this kind of solutions also, we also developed this solution with both of the technologies which we have, and we are deploying into such industries. So that is added advantage which works along with human for the replenishment of the material.
So when you talk about the deployment of cobots, we always think about deploying something in hazardous environment. So is it possible to deploy even a cobot in a hazardous environment? Rahulji, then I will ask Viruji also.
Yes, it is possible. There are certain parameters which
I think there's some,
needs to
can you repeat
get
that,
checked.
Rahulji? There's some bandwidth issue, I think. Yeah. Rahul, Alkaji, is Rahulji audible to you? I think Rahul is having some bandwidth issues.
No,
Network.
maybe I will pitch in, Raj. I'll pitch in. See what happens actually when it comes to deployment. Yes, hazardous area you can deploy these cobots. More than hazardous, new age cobots have very low footprint. First one.
Right.
And cobots are measured by virtue of its payload which it can carry and the reach which it can have. Always there is a compromise between the payload and the reach. Highest the weight, your reach, highest the weight, the payload, the reach start coming down. Example, we have maybe example, you have a 30 kg weight to be lifted and placed somewhere. You can use it, but the reach comes down to some extent. But when it comes to mounting them or deploying them into the versatile areas, if you take a three-dimensional areas, X, Y, Z, the footprint can fit on any of the axis. You can put it on any orientations. That is the biggest advantage, which you cannot do with the standard machining operations, or even if you make many SPMs, it can never be same as a cobot. That is the biggest advantage. The most flexibility from the point of fitting into multiple dimensions, that is the biggest advantage on the deployment.
Rahulji, your audio was not working. If you can just pitch in and
now am I clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically I was talking the solution for the line side replenishment of material. Mobile manufacturing or digital industry typically they require parts to be handled, and that needs to get delivered at particular locations. So Omron as a company, we developed a solutions together along with our autonomous mobile robot and cobot together to do such task and perform such tasks, and that is adding values to the manufacturing plant typically. And one of the advantage by cobot is we cannot fix industrial robot onto the autonomous mobile robot. So cobot being a less weight and less ecosystem architecture, it is easily got deployable, and it can work very safely alongside humans. So that one benefit we can give to industry, and we can help to have better collaboration.
Great. I think the way we are even collaborating and doing this session, people have doubt that whether it's a live event or recorded one. So I think that's the beauty. So don't worry, it's a live session going on. To start putting your questions, we'll definitely come back to you with the answers at the end of this discussion.
Yeah.
So, all right. So cobots are again, gaining traction, particularly across sectors like what Rahulji, Mr. Viru, as well as Alkaji was saying, that no, it's manufacturing, automotive, electronics, healthcare, pharma, then food and beverage. These are the industries I think cobots are having huge penetration. So several Indian companies are also integrating cobots into their operations. We know many of them. So Alkaji, could you share some of the rough estimate of penetration of cobots in India, if you have some figures at least from you?
See, as in India, if I say now we are actually seeing a rise in adoption of the cobots. And especially as I hail from All India Council for Robotics and Automation, which are more towards policy and you can say the policy formation and strategic decisions further. So government is also taking lot many initiatives, and lot many things are done to promote industry 4.0 technologies. And significantly, if I talk about cobots, definitely government is putting lot many efforts, lot many subsidies promoting industry is are introduced from the Indian government as well. So definitely adoption is increasing day by day, and cobots are becoming integral in automotive, electronics, and pharmaceutical industries, enhancing their efficiency and definitely quality also. So Indian government is very actively monitoring all these things, how we can make it more better, how these challenges can be overcome. So definitely along with industry, providing them lot many initiatives, lot many you can say lot many policies are made, subsidies are introduced. So all these things are taking place in India to promote adoption of cobots in the industry. And further, like I would like to say that definitely we are seeing a rise in adoption further as well. Yeah.
Appreciate that steps being taken by associations like AICRA and other agencies, especially the government. What I believe personally is, I think,
Sorry.
right.
To promote these kind of discussions, we do lot many activities. AICRA is very actively conducting all these roundtable meetings along with industry and government bodies, so that we can bring them to a platform wherein these discussions can happen and further policies and decisions can be taken, that what needs to be done in the economy or in the country to make further it a better, or you can say a leading country in the technologies.
Yeah. It will be great if the moment MSME starts adapting to cobots, all those stuff, it will be a great prospects, or rather good industry scenario as a whole. So, Mr. Viru, could you touch upon the challenges in terms of implementing? No, sorry. Rather than not into the challenges. Let's get into the status of adoption only. So, I will come to Mr. Viru only. Have you noticed any increase in the adoption of cobots in the Indian manufacturing sector, despite government incentives and initiatives being taken by AICRA, awareness being campaigns being done by home run universal robots? Is there a kind of increase in the adoption?
Yes. From the point of universal robots, I can tell definitely there is an increase in adoption. Okay. How it comes is, actually I visited many MSMEs. You said about MSMEs adoption is a challenge, but in fact I went there. Their success story was so encouraging. In fact, when people were not able to get to the plant, cobots took their work. They continued to deliver the auto components, because the auto manufacturers or the automobile manufacturers depended on the component suppliers. Even if I go to the far remote tier 2 city into the south, I have seen the installation of cobots into a machine tending operation, and one cobot doing 3 machine operations for component clamp, declamp, replenish, purge air, get it back, put into the inspection table, right? This gives an encouraging momentum for us. Second one is, it is not just the MSMEs, the spectrum of industries is increasing. If you say initially we were not even there at all into the pharmaceutical industries, at least they started with the end of line palletizing, right? The increasing. Second indication, if you look at the number of cobot players from the multinational companies, it has increased a lot over last 6-7 years, right? Earlier it was space was only having very limited people. Now it has increased in a big way. Third one, people think always, they come back to us, should I go for a robot? Should I go for a cobot? This shows they're considering alternate to robots, because robots may be economically cheaper, but cobots are expensive, but still they go for it because ease of deployment, ease of operation, ease of programming, and you can put them onto the autonomous mobile robots, right? On the AMRs also it can be carried, deployed easily, right? So that is the biggest advantage. In my opinion, India is no way different from some of the other Asian nations. It is increasing across the platform. Here also the adoption is increasing. Okay. Then how it is linked to the government initiatives? Government may not be providing any direct financial support, but there are something like PLIs, production linked incentives. If you are able to deploy effectively the cobots, your production definitely be unhindered. You are able to achieve your production targets much more than what you have, right? So indirectly it is helping you to achieve your PLI targets also. Okay. Then beyond industries, it is getting into the area of educational institutes, R&D institutes, IITs. They want to learn more, they want to observe more. Many startups are becoming part of the cobot solution ecosystem, right? Example, cobot manufacturer, they don't deliver every solution to the customer. You need more and more partner and the ecosystem. You need a gripper, you need a vision system, you need a camera, you need a vacuum gripper, you need a holder. You say anything, what you fit on the wrist, it is not supplied by the cobot manufacturers. That is where we can see a trend. It is increasing. It is definitely going to grow substantially in the coming years.
Right. Mr. Rahul, what's your comment on the adoption of cobots progressing in the Indian manufacturing sector very specifically? And what sort of actions being taken by organizations like Omron to increase the awareness and increase the penetration of cobots?
Yeah, correct. So as rightly said by Mr. Viru, basically, so a point is cobot adoption is increasing in certain industries like digital and pharma. Pharma industry also started adopting the technology. The point here is if we go and check any research on the growth of cobots in Indian industry, it is about 30 CAGR. So close to 34 CAGR growth we are expecting in this decade from 2020 to 2030. So in that way you can see that, and that stage started from 2020. So for companies like Omron, we also see that kind of evolution or adoption from the industries taking on cobots due to certain advantages and certain factors actually. So and going further, if we talk about evolving of technology, basically Omron is encouraging or giving trainings and giving the certain tools to the customers. By that, typically, customer we can help customers to mitigate their challenges in the real production floor and production area. So and that is one part, and second part, which is the point coming from is industry 4.0. The industry is evolving in next stages 4.0 and 5.0, and further it is getting evolved. So moreover, the technology needs to get matched up with the requirements from the manufacturing industry, and in that way Omron is coming up with more collaborative, more safety kind of a product. So we are enhancing in terms of safety. We are increasing the safety because that area and that aspect majorly looked by the manufacturers. And if I talk further evolution, Omron as a company, they have got a vision on that area. So we will be now thinking beyond collaborative robots. So after collaborative, there will be cognitive kind of robots. So it will be more human collaborative, and that cognitive technology which Omron is introducing into the market. So in that way, if you see, so the demand and adoption, that gives a message to the to technology technology developer to match up with that. So Omron is aligned with that direction.
Oh, pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Mr. Rahul, could you be a little specific about the cognitive technology?
Cognitive technology is something like that. It is more closer to the humans, and it will be more aligned for the speech recognition, AI-based technology, or sensing technology. Because now Cobots has got a feature of force and speed sensing by certifications. But if you go towards more evaluation in Cobots, so cognitive is the next era of the adoption, and definitely Indian industry will look at this technology to get deployed into the manufacturing floor. So that will be a next stage for the industry. And Omron as a company has got that evolving and developments happening on that side.
Oh, get to hear about the technological advancement happening in the field of cobots.
Yes.
Increasing adoption being taken place, especially the market like India. Different industries are coming, which are increasingly pharma, like what you said, mobile manufacturing, what you said, that they are increasingly deploying cobots in India. This thing, but there are, despite having these kind of advantages, there are challenges too. So let's address that area. Alkaji, I'll come to you. So when it comes to talking about the Indian market, still we feel that adoption of cobots is pretty low. What may be some of the reasons that could be highlighted for the low adoption of cobots in India? If you can just touch those areas.
Sure. So, see, it's a very basic example I'll quote. In India, you can compare the workforce available, or the people who are working towards any kind of job. The workforce available in India is, in comparison to other countries, I will say you will find lot many people, right, in a very affordable salary structure or the pay structures. You will find good number of employees who can work for you, and that too with a complete effectiveness and dedication. Now, coming to why it is resistance to adapt the cobot system in our industry. Maybe there is a fear to lose the job, or they are not finding it as a positive aspect to increase their productivity, or how the benefits can be overcome from the fears. So there's a major challenge is the fear of displacement of their jobs. Maybe they are finding it as a fear that they will lose the job. They are not taking it as a production tool, or they are not taking it as a complementing their effectiveness, their workforce towards that. It's actually industry 5.0 which needs to be considered over here. That industry 4.0 definitely is totally towards you can say how integration of technologies to increase the productivity or any kind of work is associated, whereas how humans are associated to do the performing tasks. How this, in that case, industry 5.0 plays a very important and vital role. So this, the Indian community should understand that it is going to increase the productivity. It is going to be a complementary tool wherein you can increase your productivity and effectiveness of the product of the performing tasks. It's not at all a fear to lose the job, but definitely we should take it as a complementing tool to our work. And definitely wherever the hazardness of task is concerned, or the areas where otherwise going for a human is very complicated or not recommended, so those tasks can easily be performed by the cobots. So all these things needs to be considered so that we can overcome all these challenges also. And technical integration can be possible through these overcoming this fear. And definitely we have so many user friendly interfaces available which can be adapted at a very low cost also. So it's sometimes people think that automating their product line or their project line will be a complicated task. It will involve so much budget into it. So definitely there are solutions available which can cut down your cost of manufacturing further, and deployment is also quite on a easier side. So all these things we need to just communicate, or you can say the proper guidance should be there to automation industry, to how we can automize the industry adapting cobot solutions, and definitely decreasing the fear of losing the job. So all these things needs to be considered.
Very well said, Alkaji. I think the moot point is that we need to strengthen the relationship between man and machine, or the collaboration between man and machine in the years to come. Yeah, well said. So, Mr. Viru, could you touch upon the challenges in terms of implementing cobots? I think that's the area.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Alkaji said actually, oh, okay, people will lose the job. That is the first flag, right?
Right.
Second flag is the ROI. Okay.
Right.
If you ask me, I will take the first point first. People will do job. If you look at when we transition from industry 4.0 to 5.0, as per UN resolutions, it focuses on key elements 17, whatever the elements we carry from the point of UN resolutions on sustainability, right? It talks about human centric, it talks about sustainable, it talks about sustainable supply chain, or you call it as a reliability, right? When you put a cobot into this, it addresses all these elements. Most of the new generation cobots are addressing all these UN needs on 17 elements. I will touch the first one, human centric, right? Imagine in a warehouse, a person, if he is working for 8 hours, he will be traveling about 12 to 15 kilometers a day when he is moving the goods. These are all based on the practical studies. How long this person can keep doing this from the human point of view? Think about this. Second one, somebody is working in a palletizing industry into a packaging industry, right? Maybe you are packaging a atta, packaging some beverages, or packaging some heavy goods, right? How much a person can lift in a day? Assume he works for 8 hours. Each package is having 10 kilo or 15 kilo. Okay, he does it for full day. After a few years, his backbone is gone, right? Are we addressing his health and safety considerations? Being human centric, look at I'm taking care of the people whom I am employing. It is not just the money what I pay. I'm a human being into the every services what I get, right? Human centric. The cobots have the safety functions built in. It doesn't kill the people or it doesn't harm, but take care of the torque setting, speed setting. Don't try to buy a cobot, but don't operate like a robot, right? So that is where you need to balance between the deployment of the cobots. So when you are deploying safely, when the arms are protected properly, you have set the area of operations, cobot takes care, right? It doesn't stop functioning. Momentarily, it will stop when the human intervention happens, but it continues to work. So safety taken care. And the third one is, why should people worry about, okay, I'm losing the job? If you look at when you put the cobot, whoever the person is available, he is not taken away from his job. They continue to work along with the cobot. But the big difference is that human or a human resource get upskilled, reskilled, or he does additional higher level task. He don't have to do repetitive, monotonous, dangerous, health hazardous topics on a continual basis, right? So both are complementing each other. So human centric approach is taken. And coming to the sustainability, they are based on the lowest footprint, low energy consumption. They work continuously 24 by 7. Sustainability, not necessarily only the energy efficient. Your production continues in a sustainable manner. Your supply chain is not disrupted. Your product or machinery is available for an ongoing basis, right? Your sustainability topic is addressed. The agility, we said how easily you can redeploy the cobot, reconfigure the cobot, you put into any part of the plant without creating so much mess of fencing, guarding, light curtain, laser curtain. All those things are not there, right? So agility comes into picture. You reorient, or you are bringing a new line, you can deploy the cobots there very easily, right? Cobots are made for general application. Only the periphery elements make it more unique to the specific applications, right? And more going forward, they're all I 4.0 compatible. Everything is built in. The development is happening. Example, from the universal robots perspective, I can say artificial intelligence is taking a big leap into those new age cobots which are coming up, right? So I think they are the big things. They should encourage adoption of these cobots into Indian manufacturing industries.
Right. Before I come to Mr. Rahul, I could see there is quite a few hands are raised. Mr. Ajay Jog, Mr. Ravindra, Mr. Ketan, you are raising your hand. So it will be great, sir, if you can just put your questions in the Q&A box. That will be great. Or otherwise, Mr. Ketan and Mr. Ravindra, if you want to ask a question by coming live, you can just drop a message in the Q&A box. I will give you the access to ask questions directly to the panelist. So, Mr. Rahul, cobots, the another challenge is like you were saying in the beginning that maintenance is less, so that's a benefit of cobots. But then also cobots require regular maintenance to ensure optimal performance. How to ensure this during the course of time, and do you have that kind of market penetration to touch upon take care of the maintenance on a regular interval? And Omron as a company, how do you address this sort of part?
See, as initially I said, it doesn't need maintenance, much maintenance. Basically, it doesn't. If you say the economics of the cobot, it has got only joints and the harmonic mode drives actually. So typically, if you see the maintenance area to address certain functioning or some points, so typically Omron has got a services which we use to carry into the customer. So we call it as a health check services. So if any system got deployed cobot system, so there are certain quarterly or 6 months health checkup services provided by Omron certified service engineers, and who do checks the functionality, who do check the cobot parameters, and then they ensure that this is in the working well condition, and you don't need to have much worry, and keep continuing the utilization of cobots into the manufacturing area. So that is how we go and support customers, support manufacturing industry. Second point, we do give educational trainings by our certified service engineers, certified safety engineers before deploying any solution. Why it is necessary? Typically, the user should know the system very well, that how he has to interact and how he has to deal with the typical deployed solutions. So that kind of a area also we are ensuring that the cobot solution whatever deployed should get work in very well condition. So in that way, and the regular we have got a team of telecallers typically. So telecallers also used to check the customers on this requirements, that how it is working, how it is unit in kind of thing. So proactive approach taken by Omron, and ensuring the system or cobot will work in the premises long term, and customer can take out a benefit from that.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, despite having challenges, as mentioned by three of the panelists, considering the advantages cobots deliver in the due course of time, it is understood that cobots are poised to play an increasingly significant role in manufacturing in the coming years. So we all have to agree with that. There is no option.
Yeah.
Like Ms. Alka was talking about, when you think about Industry 5, forget about the Industry 4. So when you go to the Industry 5.0, definitely that's the standard what is going to be there. Then Mr. Viru was talking about, if you want to get the benefit of PLI, fully, you have to adopt collaborative robots in the due course of time. So Rahul, now the topic is the future of cobots in manufacturing. So I'd like to ask Mr. Rahul, could you highlight one or two key technology trends that will drive cobots adoption in Indian manufacturing sector?
See, trains typically, now, industries or manufacturing flows, as we are shifting from 4.0 to 5.0 and further go to 6.0. So typically, trains is coming to have the more collaborative functionality. In that way, what I said earlier also, the cognitive technology, which will be more human centric, and it understands the speech recognition and, sensing by the distance, because now cobots are the touch works on the touch sensing technology. Okay, so then later stage, basically the evolution is coming that the sensing of the hazard or human intervention, and then that's why we say it is a cognitive. It will cognate more with the humans and the applications of area. So this will be next adoption, and again going further, there are requirements from industries coming that IT and OT layer. Typically, the shop floor area is needing to get communicated with the IT layer, and typically the industry is demanding that kind of information by their management to understand the reality of the production flow. So that is also the need coming. So in this is the evaluation that will happen, and we as a Omron continuously striving to work in that area, and we are investing in our researchers, and we are bringing our products that are aligned with the industry demands. So this is a future.
Understand. Mr. Biru, I would like
Yeah,
to.
I just want to augment what Rahul said. Actually, see, more and more data science AI is revolutionizing the industry how it works. Right? Example: Universal Robots got into a collaboration or a technology partner with NVIDIA. Right? He is a global leader in the automation. Siemens is a global leader. We have the collaboration with them. Third one is there are more and more multi-arm robots come into play. Right? It is not just one arm working in the deployment. I can make two arms working in collaboration together, two arms collaborating with each other to maybe lift something, put something where you need multi polarity actions to be done, where the reach or operation of one robo is difficult. I think you can put the two cobots working together. So these are the things, and vision system built in with the more and more data driven decisions are happening. The vision systems are making more and more deployment, make it more easy. Right? Example, I was discussing with one of the partner where he has created a camera and a vision system which is a replica of human eye. Right? So that's big difference. If you take a standard cameras, they are not like human eye, right? When it comes to looking from various angle, the
Right.
partner has created a just human like eye type camera with so much software algorithm built in, and it works so fantastic from the point of accuracy, the data handling, data analytics, and AI built into this. I think this is the way the cobot is getting revolutionized when it comes to the next couple of years.
Right. So there we can expect lots of R&D happening, lots of innovation happening.
Yes. And that cycle time is too fast now.
Right.
Example, you are being the pioneer. We came with first cobot in 2005.
Right.
Technology evolved. Example, when it comes to the maintenance, you touched from Rahul, right?
Right.
People don't have to go to the site to do the health check. They can get a file to their office and check, okay, how are the trend, what needs to be done, where is the overload, where is the abuse. They can point out clearly what is happening on the health status of the cobots. One is
Right.
the push method, other one is remote logging by remote diagnosis. So people work on the IoTs, but only challenge is many industries are hesitant to give access to their cobots to handle remotely. So then what we do, we create a local LAN, get the data fetch done, our guys in the background able to diagnose and push back, okay, this is the health of your cobot, this is what is likely to happen. So those kind of revolutionary diagnostic kits are already coming in, they're
Right.
already workable.
Good. Good. Sir. Alkaji, what will it take for the Indian industry to increase the cobots adoption in India? You already mentioned a few which are already done, but what needs to be done?
Sure. So definitely we need to create awareness that first step is that the proper trainings should be organized that, okay, this is not going to take over your job, or this is actually a complementing tool which is given to you to increase your productivity and to increase your effectiveness. So definitely awareness should be created. And second, definitely as both of my fellow have shared. So future of cobots in manufacturing, if I talk about, definitely it is going to be a very integrated tool which requires at every industry. So integration of enhanced collaboration between cobots and smart system will lead to more efficient and manufacturing operations. So we can say that it is going to play a very vital role in due course of time. So awareness should be created that it is not a threat, it is actually a complementing tool to enhance the productivity and effectiveness.
Right. Thanks, Alkaji. Rahul, how Omron as a company is keeping itself to meet the increasing demand from Indian market? Because Viruji was saying that started in 2005 itself. The way the demand has grown exponentially.
So yes, basically, to mitigate the demands, what is coming from the market. So typically, we are preparing, and we are maintaining some stocks, or we can helping to the customers by giving this kind of services. So this as demand will go, even Omron has got that realization that this will definitely go to increase. So that effectiveness in you can say demand supply. So that supply capacity, even our factories are got capacity already increase, and that is also going to help out on that side to mitigate that thing. But surely technological advancement, which continuously evolution, that is also needed. That we are also making.
Right. Yeah. So when you talk about the future of cobots in manufacturing or any other spectrum, what will drive is the technological innovations happening to make it more versatile, get into the deeper aspect of the industry. So what exactly Universal Robots is doing in that aspect, like Rahul was earlier talking about the cognitive technology, where if you can just tell more about it.
See, if you look fundamentally, the cobot arms, right? Arm itself is not a solution, right?
Right.
From the UR perspective, we have a very clear strategic policy. UR cobot itself is a platform. You build anything you want over that, right? Anything you can build over that. So that is where we have something called UR plus, where we have a full ecosystem. Like we have a famous smartphone manufacturer globally, right? They are not giving you a smartphone, they are giving you a platform where a lot of apps get developed. So similarly, we have multiple number of apps. We give a platform. We don't say everything we do. We work with multiple partners. We have 500 plus ecosystem partner
Right.
who deliver the solution to the industries.
Right.
And if you ask me today, from the inception up to now, we have deployed more than 75,000 cobots. Imagine, more than 75,000 cobots with a market share almost to the 50% out of total deployed cobots worldwide, right? So that shows the big difference. When it comes to the augmenting manufacturing, our plant in Denmark got expanded. For last 5 6 years, we are not five, from 2017 or so, we are part of a big industrial hub called Teradyne. We are part of that company, which is listed in the US. So, and we have a AMR also, separate business unit called robotics.
Right.
Manufacturing capacity got augmented multiple times with that, right?
Right.
So that shows the number of cobots deployed and how it relates to our back-end manufacturing capabilities. I think that's amazing. And with the development in technology, right, number of components used in the first third generations have changed significantly. If I count from third generation to the fifth generation or sixth generation, the components have reduced already 50% out of it, right?
Oh.
So that's where the advancement is happening. If I go to my cobot plant in Denmark, cobots manufacture cobots. They work together with our people into the plant. So that's how the beauty of cobots when it comes to deploying. When we are able to deploy within our plant, cobots manufacturing cobots, nothing can be better statement than this, right?
Oh, that can be a threat as well. Again, the way people think that it's going to kill the job.
Yes, yeah. No, it's not killing; it's augmenting you, right? We
That's
didn't send
exactly.
anybody out. In fact, we
That's
added
again, that's
more
again.
and more people to our manufacturing plant.
Exactly.
We added more and more R&D capabilities. We added more and more experts into that, right? That is a big difference.
Yeah. So delegates need to accept that that this is the future. What is going to happen? Only thing is that how you evolve yourself with the times to come. That will define what is going to be there for you. As a as an industry entity or as an industry professional, whatever it is. Rahul, apart from cognitive technology, what else we can expect from Omron in the years to come?
So, apart from cognitive technology, definitely, Omron as a company, we are not only limited to cobots actually. So we have got other solutions like Vision. We have got other automation products. So by that incorporation together, the solution we are forming a solution actually. Typically, as a company, our directions or strategy is to help customer by providing a solution by one supplier actually. So this kind of because the point which Omron is driving is typically we start from input, means from relay to, we are relay to robot company.
Right.
So in that real to robot company, typically if I talk about cobot, so what are the peripheries needed alongside the cobot? Like for example, you want to have a AI controller, AI deployment. So then we can also collaborate with IT layer through the automation advancement, and then we can also have that analytics kind of thing services on that side. We do have the safety services, certified safety services for our customers typically. So whoever wanting to validate the systems which comply with ISO 10218-2, so that also services given by Omron. So the complete ecosystems or complete infrastructure that Omron is building and supporting company through our partners. So in that way, and even whatever the technology getting advanced in the area of industry, so that also is going to evolve further onto the IT kind of area. So virtualization typically, we are working on the virtualization concept. So these kind of areas will be a future, and definitely it is going to help to the manufacturers by the technology.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I think I have asked enough of questions. So
Yeah.
let us now take few of the questions submitted by our delegates. So viewers, you can still submit questions through the Q&A box in your Zoom control panel. So let me now take a few questions. Yeah, so I've start from the beginning. Mr. Ketan Desai is asking, Mr. Ketan is from KYB Conmat. It's a construction equipment manufacturing company. So he is asking that we want to use it in the welding process. Is it no possible? Rahul, then Mr. Viru.
Yeah, so yes, typically welding is a task and it is an area. Now it is known that only the industrial robots can do the welding job, but it is not the reality. Even cobots are performing this task in a better way. Basically, why I'm saying better way, because the TIG and MIG welding kind of welding and the deployment of the path. So that is very easy if we use the cobot weld technology. And one of the beauty in our cobots are we have got some buttons on TCP, tool center point, to teach the paths. So operator can easily teach the path, welding path, and he can deploy the particular profile for the welding, and it is good to go for the application. So in that way it is flexible, and yes, welding is an adoption, and cobots companies are also going ahead on this and giving the welding solutions for the industry.
Right, Mr. Viru. Yeah. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes. See, typically we have seen, right, welding where we take the torch towards robot normally, and they do the welding. But the things have changed. Cobots can go to anywhere where you have the welding to be done.
Right.
They will just reach out. That is the
Right.
first big difference. Second one is the orientation, the flexibility, the reach. Robot can never match the cobots. Second one. The third one, with the vision system, this coordination, and they are software compatible. Actually, there are many software supplying vendors. It can collaborate and work with many of those vendors with a common protocol. Fourth one, Universal Robot as a company started with first as a welding solution in the shipbuilding industry in Denmark, where they were struggling to do the welding in a standard format. So historically, the welding has been the forte to say multiple way of doing the welding to the welding industry. It doesn't matter which specific segment of an industry, right? Example, if the two components are relatively moving, still it will orient, measure, synchronize, the perfect welding can be done.
Right.
Which is really difficult for a standard human being getting into that. It is not just the quality of welding. Look at the health related topic for the welders. I think there is a big difference the cobots are making over there.
Right. I think there's one question for me. Mr. Sriram Balarav is asking, please mention few Indian manufacturers of cobots and types. I think so. Mr. Sriram, you can see in the panel we have two leading manufacturers, representative of two leading manufacturers. One is Omron Automation, other one is Universal Robots. They are the major names in this cobots segment. We have Delta Electronics India also. They are also one of the major players in this particular segment. So I think that answers to your question. I think you know that welding related questions was answered well by both Mr. Rahul and Mr. Viru. Thanks for that. There's one anonymous attendee is asking, it will be great, delegates, if you can just name yourself, so it will be easier for us to even know, address those questions considering your field of operations. If someone is asking that where are the skilling and training opportunities on cobots, and which kind of companies will need cobots and its training? Alkaji, can I ask you that? Then I will ask Rahul as well as Mr. Viru.
Sure. Can you just repeat your question, please?
Where are the skilling and training opportunities on cobots?
Okay. So definitely AICRA is also doing such kind of activities. We very actively work towards training, providing training at all levels, whether it's a school level or college level or corporate level. So plus definitely there are institutes available where you can take on the trainings. Yeah. We actually, if I talk about our organization, we built Industry 4.0 centers in colleges and universities to provide such kind of trainings. We felicitate them with all the components required to learn the programs or how they can build their skills and other things. So all those things taken care of by AICRA.
Right. Rahul, do you conduct training?
Yes, basically, Omron, as a Omron, we have got a center which is located in Mumbai, and even we have regional centers. So typically, trainings for upskilling or skilling of the respectives typically either done by regional locations or in a headquarter Mumbai locations actually. So we have got dedicated training programs and which are run by our training division. So if anybody want to participate in that, so definitely we can help on that direction and we can have that kind of training session. So we
Right.
have this.
Right. So anyone wants to get trained on cobots with
Yes,
the desired
even
qualifications.
even what I said, Omron has got every regional locations the labs set up. So in that there are real setups or real cobots setup which is available. So skilling is not in terms of only the theoretical training. We also do provide the practical sessions, hands-on sessions. In that also the respective can learn the technology and understand better on that side.
Right. Mr. Viru, do you also undertake training
Yeah,
for?
yeah. We do the training. We go to the customers. We have the multiple cobots available. We give free. Okay, you try out what you want to do. It's a hands-on, right? One is
Right.
theoretical aspect. Other one is hands-on. They can try out. They can program. They can play along with the cobots. They get so much comfort out of it. We have authorized partners available. We have e-learning available. Plus, we have the engineering colleges. We have the cobot setup. Next, most important, we are collaborating with some of the top most corporate companies in India, where this skill will go for all, even for the 10 plus 2 college levels, right? They can learn cobot, they can see. We are not just selling as an organization, creating additional opportunities for the people coming from a remote places, not able to go to the hi-fi engineering colleges or get oriented towards those technologies, right? They get an opportunity to, when we drive through these technical skills or skills institutes. I think that is where the scaling up happens. It
Right.
is not visible on the surface right now, but the work is going on. Definitely will be there. More and more people, not just diploma or engineering, even 10 plus 2, they will learn how to work with the cobots.
Yeah.
I hope
Today
I answered
when
your question. Yeah.
today when rocket science is not that rocket science. So even
Yeah.
I think ease of handling is one of the advantages of cobot. I think.
Yeah. And we want to break that myth also that cobots are
Right.
taking away jobs. We are showing
Right.
them how it is
Right.
creating the job opportunities.
Exactly.
So that is what is the way.
There's a very pretty interesting question from Mr. Ajay Jog. He's asking that are cobots or cognitive robots future for semiconductor or chip manufacturing, or already big players like Foxconn are using them? Rahul?
Yes, basically, we do also have some deployments in semiconductor industry or semiconductor area. So cobots are also taking up on that area, and cognitive will be again the added a layer of advantage of a technology to go into semiconductor kind of area. So we have already the use cases deployed globally.
Wow, good
Yeah.
one. So thanks, Mr. Ajay Jog, for the question. There's again another question from an anonymous attendee only is asking that are cobots available on rent, available on EMI basis? That be a very practical question. Mr. Viru?
Yes, they are available. We call it as a ROS, robot as a service, right? They can use it. May not be directly from our company, but we have a nice partners available. They can work with you on a lease or pay per use, or we say no, or ROS.
Yeah.
Robot as
Rahul,
a
do you
service.
also have the same kind of facilities?
Yes, yes. So yes, this is typically a trend happening, or we see the technological change happening from the industry who want to change themselves from capex to opex. So yes, this service, what Viru is saying is, we also do have this service, robot as a service, and that will be available on renting kind of a concept also.
There is one more question. Acha, Ketan Desai's question you have already addressed. Mr. Guru Prasad is asking, we have already addressed it, but still we can readdress it. Are cobots a boon or bane to the employment in the manufacturing industries from the employer as well as employee side? I'll ask Alkaji first.
I think I have already answered this question several times, but yes, we need to take it as like boon only, because definitely it's not at all a threat to our system. So it is going to increase our productivity, increase the efficiency of the employees. Increasing the production definitely will lead to generate more business opportunities and plus revenue as well. So definitely we look forward it to be as a very positive aspect towards the industry enhancement, or the you can say the workers enhancement. So both ways it is positive only.
Right.
It's only, see, whatever comes to us, it's up to us also that how we take it.
Yeah.
Whether we are taking it in a positive manner or in a negative manner. Every aspect is having pros and cons of its own.
Exactly.
So on human beings also, that how they take it, they take it forward in a positive manner, or they are taking it as a threat to themselves. But definitely it's a boon for us.
Right. The same thing happened when the mobile technology or even computer came into our life. The same kind of resistance we could face. But now these things have become a part of our life. Right.
Exactly.
Mr. Sanjay Dubey is asking, what is the entry cost of a cobot? Need to avoid repetitive stress injury to workers and for CNC automation. That's a good subject, actually. Rahulji.
Sorry, can you repeat? I got a...
What is the entry cost of a cobot? Because I think he's from the field of CNC side, CNC machines. You need to avoid repetitive stress injury to workers.
So entry cost, you are saying?
Yeah, for a cobot.
The entry cost typically depends on the multiple parameters. Actually, what kind of payload or what kind of reach you will be deploying for that, and it will be landing somewhere from the 10 to 20 lakhs of a range actually.
Oh, Mr. Viru, right.
Yeah, so typically it depends where you are deploying, what kind of a solution you are deploying, and the peripherals on that aspects. As Mr. Viru said, there is the ecosystem along with that, like creepers or other mounting arrangement. So that kind of a system will come into picture. But I think it will not be. It will be in that range actually.
Right, Mr. Viru.
No, perfectly. I agree with Rahul. Actually, example, payload can start with 3 kilo and reach can be 800 centimeter, 500 centimeter. It depends, right? It is not just the entry level. So, what you want to do with that? You want to put a vision system for inspection. You want to use it for a palletizing. You want to use it for a pick and place. You want to use it for a machine tending. So, it depends on the applications. I think the budget he indicated more or less it falls around. Okay, so my suggestion is don't look at what price you are going to buy a cobot. Look at what you get out of that cobot. I think that makes the big difference when you want to deploy the cobot.
That's the difference.
Yes.
One last question. I'll take that. Maybe the last question. Is there any competitions from the neighboring country like China? Because
of course, China will be there everywhere, but it's fine, right? Everybody has a market opportunity. Right. Everybody has a consumption. Everybody has a manufacturing capability. It is their choice, right? How much? See, the whole world is looking into China plus. We want to become China plus. Yeah, please deploy cobots. That is a big message from my side.
Right. Rahul?
Yes, correct. What Viru says, agreed with that. Basically, yes, China also will be coming into that. But moreover, see, any player who are coming into the cobots or that. But the aspects to look at is moreover what are the services or what are the post installation services are provided by the particular company. That will be my input actually. Because see, you can purchase anything actually, but that should be properly backed up by the service or backed up by the parameters actually. So that is one area which my input is, so that somebody who is interested on that side, so he has to look at on that side. But yes, all the competition, because competition is always better, because I believe actually you should have competition to have betterment of your product, betterment of your technology. So yes, China or any other countries also can come, so it will be there.
Yeah. This world is a small village now. So
Yes, yes.
And Omron, Universal Robots, these are all multinational companies. They will be having presence across the globe. So
Yep.
there is no market restriction as such. So yeah, time is running out already, 10 minutes out of our schedule. So thank you, panelists, for taking up those questions. So before summing it up, can I ask all the panelists to share your one-liner statement on why Indian manufacturers should adopt cobots? That's the summing up statement. I will start with Alkaji first.
So, to adapt cobots in manufacturing, I would say that yes, they should go ahead. It will increase their production, it will increase efficiency, it will increase their products quality also, and definitely reducing on the costs incurred on those production lines. That's it.
Right. Mr. Viru?
I think nothing can be better said than what Alka said, but still I will say we believe in automation anywhere, everywhere, for everybody. That is first one. Second one, human, please don't work like a robot. Please work along with the cobot. I think with this, they'll be able to adopt the cobots very well into their manufacturing. Don't become a robot in the whole life of span of a employed job, right? Work along with them, with the cobots.
Very
Wonderful.
well.
Yeah, Mr. Rahul.
Yeah, so as Omron has got a policy, global policy actually, working for the benefit of the society. This is our tagline actually, and we and our every product works in that direction and aligned with the policy. So if you see more of deployment of cobot, major factor is human ergonomics or human life. So cobot is a technology which is safest technology, and that will help to protect the ergonomy or protect the life of the humans. So I think it is the right choice actually if we go further into the industry.
I think though we may have choice as of now, whether we adopt it or not, but in the years to come, I think that's going to be a criteria or no, it's going to be an essential parameters for each and every smart factory to adopt cobots with with their human workers. So and that's how the human worker as well as the cobot as a worker, they will collaborate and deliver better productivity, efficiency, all and safety, of course, in their production. So thank you once again, Ms. Alka Sachdeva, Mr. Virupaksa Povali, and Mr. Rahul Patil for your time and participation. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you, delegates, for your active participation in today's digital dialogue on cobots in manufacturing, how cobots are taking over the shop floor. We thank technology partner for the session, Omron Automation, a global leader in the field of automation. Also, as usual, we will premiere an edited video of the entire session on our YouTube channel, Mojo for Industry Media. Please subscribe to the channel and you will soon get the notification. With that, we conclude today's session. Thank you for participating, and we hope to see you again next time. Till then, take care
Thank you,
and
Rai.
stay safe. Thank you, Virji. Thank you, Mr. Rahul.
Thank you, Rai. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your participation.
Appreciate
Great
it.
talking to
Thank
you
you.
today.
Thank
Had a
you.
great session. Hope you have enjoyed all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.